Hi, my name is Will Graylin, and I'm the chairman of PayFi, and also I'm the CEO of OVLoop.
My name is Travis Delaney. I'm the founder and CEO of PayFi.
And we're here to talk about real-time payments. Now, all of you have heard about real-time payments and how it's affected outside of this country in China, India, Europe. In China alone, there was over $15 trillion of real-time payments that were done via mobile devices last year alone. So, how is it coming to the United States, and why is it important? We have credit cards, we have ACH, checks, and wires. And as it turns out, real-time payments, as it's coming to the United States, the clearinghouse is already processing real-time payments to the tunes of over 1 million transactions, and all the major banks are coming. So what PayFi is doing is enabling community banks to participate much easier, and also enabling the merchants to be able to sign up and onboard and leverage real-time payments as rails. And finally, OVLoop is processing and helping connect up to PayFi to provide the consumer experiences for the merchants to be able to deliver real-time payments to their customers. And we're going to show you how all of that works. So first, let's talk about real-time payments on community banks and onboarding merchants.
Thank you, Will. So, PayFi connects the banks to the networks, and we help onboard them. But there's a bigger problem here. And as mentioned earlier, account acquisition and new customer acquisition is very difficult and challenging, and in the banking world, especially due to the regulation. So we've built a process that allows for an onboarding to what our Rails Store marketplace, so a customer can come in under and set up an account, and they can very simply go through and select the type of product they'd like. Let me click it first. And then they can, for due diligence, this is a very complex problem. And so we've tried to create an interface that makes it easy, low customer friction, so they can just simply click and upload the documents that are required. And then behind the scenes, what's going on is we're running KYC checks. We're doing the AML and the BSA processing for that reason.
So how long would a merchant take to actually onboard into real-time payments through PayFi?
So a normal merchant can load in minutes. A complex merchant that's high risk, maybe a couple days, but that's it. That's a big difference in what you see today.
So let's talk a little bit about the use cases for merchants, and what are the two types of use cases that most likely would use RTP?
So there's two basic concepts of the money movement and real-time payments. You have a push payment, and then you have a pull payment or a request to be paid. A push payment are things like insurance disbursements, refunds and rewards, or gig economy workers being paid, or payroll, so that they're paid faster and they get their funds faster. So a request to pay is more of a pull. So think of collections, bill payment, invoicing, that type of use case.
Why don't we do a demo on the real-time payments for bill payment?
I'm so glad you asked. So basically what we're going to do today is we're going to illustrate a bill payment scenario. And this is a mock-up UX that illustrates a business or a bill payment business that is presenting an invoice and then somebody's paying for it. So this is setting on top of it.
This is going to be in real time, right? So you're going to go show your bank account right now.
So for purposes of validity, we're going to log into my actual bank account on Wells Fargo.
So as Travis is doing that, I'm going to talk about why real-time payments is easier and faster than checks, ACH, and wires. Not only is it easier and faster, it's also cheaper, and there's no chargebacks. That's why people want to do it. So let's show the
on the screen, you'll see transactions that we've been doing on the test transaction, just so you can see the last transaction was $2.13. So we're going to go into this open invoice, and we're going to go down and find an invoice. Let's choose the $15.99, a subscription payment, or could be a lawn service. This one's actually to my lawn service since I mowed my yard myself. And we're going to hit payment. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and sign off here, because I normally wouldn't sit there with my bank account open. You saw that it popped open and it says approved here. So we're going to go back in and sign back in. Now, what do you see? $15.99. That's Wells
Real-time
Fargo.
transaction from bank account to bank account. So faster and easier, cheaper than credit cards, and no chargebacks. That's why people are moving towards there. So now what we're going to do is talk about how merchants would use this kind of a solution. And OVLoop has created platforms for merchants to be able to send requests for payments, either through batch bill payment, or in this case, this is showing you a portal that OVLoop has created in its concierge portal. And this is a request for payment directly to myself. So hit continue. And let's say he's going to send a bill to me. And that bill for, let's say, $119.28, let's say. And then invoice number 123, whatever. And when he sends it, we're going to go ahead and this is what they would see. And when he sends it, I would actually get a text message to my phone. Now let's go back and take a look at the consumer experience on what that looks like. Voila, there is a invoice with a link. Now, normally a link goes to a web page for self-service, and you have to log in, find your bill, and so forth. But here you can see that the bill is actually right in front of me. The invoice details can be presented, my payment history can be shown, and if I wanted to request for a chat and have any questions, I just hit simply chat. And if I wanted to pay the invoice, I simply hit pay now. I can pay with my credit card or my bank account, and I can save that information so the next time it's easy with my fingerprint and simply hit pay. It's that easy for us to pay our bills. And OV, through its conversational commerce platform, has gone even one step further, which is using the power of voice to do your payment and bill payment. So I'm going to do a quick demo here for a voice payment. I want to pay my bill.
Message sent.
So this is me saving it in my wallet.
Demo. Hi, Mr. Graylin. Your Verizon.
Sorry, that's 7 minutes. That's what we have time for. That's PayFi, everybody.